Welcome to this look at a brand spanking new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, today we find ourselves on a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22. I've already said that on the intro, but it's true. This is by Carla. This is Kallebach. It is 186.04 megabytes download. There are 4 required mods that download automatically. Slot count on new farmer is 963. On farm manager and start from scratch, it comes down to 889. Difference being you don't start with any start machinery or equipment. All the buildings and stuff you do still start with. Now, there are some notes that come with this, which I will read. Actually, I'll do them now. The map Kallebach was inspired by the Vogelsberger volcanic region in Hesse. This map is small but perfectly formed, and I say that because it really is. The attention to detail, the level of detail, the immersive feel. I mean, Carla has brought us maps such as Buschern, Frühling 2K23, was Altaiche, Reibach, the White Farm, and St. Carla as well. All of them stunning looking maps. I mean, Frühling I loved. I mean, that map was amazing, and this is along the same lines. It's really pretty, really well done. The attention to detail just staggering. But anyway, that being said, as far as it goes with regard to kind of instructions, I guess, if you want to say like that, it does say that removing buildings, the main farm that we're looking at here, it's not advantageous to remove the buildings from here. The cow farm as well should really be left. It does say you can do the horses, the pigs and the sheep. We'll get to those later on. I did that. I removed the animals, removed the sheds, the buildings, the decoration. The slot count came down from 889, which wasn't hugely high anyway, down to 869. It's negligible. In all honesty, unless you're desperate for animal pen space and you want to put animal pens all over the place elsewhere, I would say leave them alone. it just makes more sense. It does also say there are areas of this map, and you'll see this is designed for small machinery, old-timer type stuff, which I love personally. Some of the streets, some of the sell points are very difficult to access, narrow alleyways and streets and stuff like that, which some people may find frustrating, and that's fine. Not every map is for everybody, but even if it's not the sort of map you would like to play on, as we go around, I think you will agree it is incredibly well done and well put together. So, all that being said, there are no custom crops. Contracts are available. There's nothing, I say nothing, other than the required mods. In build mode, that was the other thing I was going to say, it does talk about construction menu is based on the Erlengratt one, but has been expanded with more trees and painting textures. That's what I was going to say. We've got, under painting, we've got some cobbles and a couple of extra bits there. Now, usually, if modders, map makers have added in trees or plants, it will say mods. This is sort of the Erlengratt palette, is what it's basically saying. So there are extras to the standard palette, but not like a huge array of extra modded trees or plants. But I just wanted to point out, because it has been amended to do that, to add in these extra trees, but they're not showing as modded per se. So we'll crack straight on into the start for. Actually, I say we'll crack straight. Let's have a look at the map. When I say small and perfectly formed, this is the map, and we zoom out, kind of gives you an idea of the sort of area a map would usually be on, or could be on. On New Farmer, we start with the main farm area, which isn't too expensive, 53 grand if you come on to the other 2 game modes. Little plot just to the north of it, which again, not too expensive. And we've got a couple of fields, and we've got a lovely little sort of secluded area up here with a little lake. We'll get to that later on. Fuel prices aren't too expensive, as you would expect. It's a small map. What are we looking at? 46 grand, 28 grand. For the most expensive plot is up here, which I think is forestry. 224, yeah, 160. Nothing that's going to break the bank. As we go around, we have got some plots we are going to purchase. I have taken the liberty of already putting some money in. I've borrowed from the bank this time. I think that should be enough to cover it. On New Farm, you would usually start with 100,000. We've got 600,000 to be cracking along with. So, as you can see already, part of our fleet, we've got this. Oh, saying we've got this, when I normally go into the build mode, sometimes there are vehicles and machines put in by the map maker, which we have got here. There we go. So under mods and DLCs, these have been added in by the map maker with a few little tweaks here and there, adjustments. that the map maker wanted to put in for the map. That one on the end there, the Abbey, being that there's more field types. I think usually that's just water and milk, isn't it, the Abbey ones? So it's added fuel in there. Not fuel, sorry, liquid fertiliser and herbicide as well. So a few extras thrown in by Carla. So we have got sleep trigger just here. Next to that, we have got small chicken pen kind of built into the side of the building. We have got 11 out of 30 chickens on the side of the building, with the feed point being just there. We come across to here. We open up the various different doors, like so. This is bale and pallet storage. Now, it was weird because I kind of looked there and immediately thought it was silo. It didn't really kind of dawn on me. I came inside the shed here and looked up and thought, oh, look at that. We got a load of stuff to start with. There's some pallets and bales and bits and bobs in there. And I went up the ladder and nothing was showing on my field info, and I was thinking, that's weird, maybe they're not, maybe they're just decorative. But of course, that's the storage for the bale and pallet, and that's what it says. We've got 9 out of a potential 250, and it lists them down there. So we've got some bales, we've got some pallets, some bits and bobs thrown in at the start, as with the tractor, as with our windrower. We've got a small excuse me, front loader. Open up the back here, come out, subsoiler, spreader, cultivator just there. Come around the side here, we've got our header on header trailer, tedder just there, into the back of this barn here, small baler, seeder, harvester. I love it when you get a map where the equipment machinery is dirty. Even if it's showing that it's brand new, even if there's no hours on it, I like the fact it gives that feeling it's been used. And that, to be fair, there's paint chipped off and stuff like that as well, which I think is absolutely great. We have got a silo here. Now this is one of the required mods. This is a 16 million litre silo. We go into build mode. Like I say, these are sort of the the required mods, nothing added in over and above. But if we go to these ones here, 16 million litres, but they are standard crop types. So it's not a multi-fruit silo. So that's quite a large capacity for just standard crops. But it is what it is. We don't actually have a hayloft. I was going to say that as well. I think the barn door's open at the back as well. And that, in essence, is our start farm. And like I said, farm management start from scratch, you won't have any of the equipment and machinery that you see sort of dotted around like that. Now, I'm going to go on foot to start off with, because this is just, and this is what I'm saying, is that not just like chocolate box kind of, that's picture postcard, isn't it? I mean, that it might even be the thumbnail. I haven't decided what it's going to be yet. I'm going to head up this side street first. Look at this. All these little things that just add up, and then we come round the back here, and you'll see what I mean about narrow streets and stuff like that. We can kind of get around the side there, maybe. It's tight. Now, this is the tailors. I'm not going to buy all of them, because most of the productions are standard in that what they run is standard. The buildings are by no means standard. This is all custom stuff, but this is your tailors. Now, it's only 10 grand, and most of the productions are quite cheap. I think the sawmill's 100,000, but rather than having to have fabric, this goes directly from wool to clothes. So they're just taking the wool, they're making the clothes from the wool. So you don't have to have wool to fabric, fabric to clothes. It will do it directly here at the tailors. Now, if we come, actually, we'll come around the side here, because on the map we are now. So we come out of the farm and we just come up here to the tailors. We've got these two little plots, plot 33 and plot 29. Plot 33, 2376, buy that. Plot 29, 17496, do that and that. We get some extra triggers come up. We've got a garden plot just here, little allotment garden plot, lovely. And then just across the way here, we have got another bale and pallet storage for 250 items. That door does open, there we go. Like the one we've got the main farm, but another one just tucked away here. Now, if we come down the little side streets, we've got a sale point just here, which is the corner shop. And again, getting in and out of here, it's not for the faint-hearted and not for large machinery, but it's a sort of thing. I love this kind of stuff. This is such a pretty map, and I know I've said that a lot on map tours recently. I'll be totally honest with you. One thing I am really frustrated about. Did I go the right way? The way I was intending to go? Yeah, I did, yeah. One thing I'm really frustrated about at the moment is the fact that everyone has sort of, I say everyone, that's a very sweeping statement. People have kind of decided that's it, FS22's over. I've said it on mod reviews and stuff a lot recently. With all the stuff for FS25 being released, that's it. You know, FS22's done. No one's interested anymore. Let's move on. We'll play something else till 25 comes out. And then you get maps like this. I mean, the last 2 or 3. I know I've done a couple of maps I missed. This is just stunning. The time and effort put into this. And people say, yeah, but I've played it. I've played it. I've completed the game, kind of thing. I've done farming. I've done it all. But the thing that changes for me on every map you do and every series I do is the landscape, and the landscape potentially dictating the machinery you use. If you're going and you're playing a similar sort of map every single time because that's what you like, and you're using a similar sort of equipment every time, if you just want to use large machinery, big fields, bang, then yeah, you're going to get to a point where you're going to get bored because you've done all of that. My advice would be jump back on, pick a map where you would never normally play on. If you don't like English maps with tight narrow lanes, have a go. Try it. Pick the equipment and machinery to fit the map, or go old school machinery, or go just with a particular type of machinery or a particular manufacturer. Just change the parameters a bit in your head and try to farm in a different way. This map is, I love this kind of, the fact part of the old village is still here. I say in the new village, I mean it's still, you know, it's just lovely. Across the way, restaurant, sell point, just there. We're going to whiz across the bridge because just around the corner here we've got the grain mill. I'm not going to buy the grain mill, but the grain mill I think is 10 grand as well. Standard crop types in with flour out, but again, is that not just... This is another one of those maps, like I say it so many times now. Yeah, 10 grand. Everywhere you turn is a thumbnail. Everywhere you turn. If I went to this place in real life, I'd be taking pictures constantly. It's just... Yeah, really, really nice. As far as I know, there are no collectibles. I don't think there are. So as we come down here, we've got a bakery. Just here, again, I think 10 grand. Yep. And then next to that, we've got a little dairy. Again, 10 grand. Nothing to break the bank, which is really cool. Because you've got a lot of small fields. So it's that thing, I like that adjustment, that if you're doing small field work, when you do your harvest, you're not going to be making mega money. So to have the production set at 100 grand, 96 grand, 125 grand, it makes it not unreachable, but you know, if you're going to do it genuinely through the money you earn from harvest and whatnot, it takes a lot longer to get there, you know, without putting money in, that kind of thing. What I do love as well is this mix between kind of old world, old style buildings. Then next to that you've got a modern tank there for the dairy, for the milk. It's cool. Right, from there we're going to head out. So what I'm going to do, we'll whiz across the road. I'm going to grab this fence. Actually, how fast is that? 15, yeah, the fence 32, I think, so. We'll grab the fence just a little, there, yeah. Makes a little bit more sense getting around the map. So, we're going to head up to the north first. Actually, I can probably go this way. We're going to come back across, back around this corner in a little while. Yeah, we can. She's purdy. I'm going to put it in front of traffic, I always do, there we go. Wouldn't be a map tour if I didn't. And you'll see as we go, I know people must get that kind of, oh, he says this in every map. I don't say it on every map. On maps when it's not true, I don't say it. You know, I will always try and find the positives on a map tour. I always try and find the things that stand out. And if there are things that unfortunately are a bit clunky or a little bit kind of, you know, I will always mention those as well. And I'll always be honest about it. This is... It's sweeping, it's well made, has a really natural feel to it. I haven't come across a clunky bit anywhere, you know. So, that's this cheaper, and this is we're at the top of the map. We're here already. Just here we've got the hotel and inn sell point. Dorfleben or Dorfleben. Hotel and guest house. Then just across here we've got the sawmill. This is a standard sawmill. Lovely. If we come around here, we're going to head down now. What I'm going to hopefully do, when I did my map prep, I didn't sort of go down there, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to, because it's another one of those, not that it's hidden, this is one of the fields you start with on New Farmer, but this is, again, so pretty. You kind of just drive down here, pretty, I keep saying pretty, but spectacular, stunning. Choose your word. It's entirely up to you. This little field is kind of hidden away, not a secret valley or anything like that. And you've got this lovely little cabin here, little fishing pond, lake. You can imagine coming down here in the evenings, having a little barbecue, just relaxing. And again, I was talking about this when I did the podcast with FSG, Farmerfivetom guy, and Argsy Gaming the other day. If you didn't watch it, go over to one of their channels, and it was brilliant. We talked about Farmerfivetom 25 channels. We talked about favourite maps and all sorts of stuff. And I said on there, a map that evokes a feeling, an emotion, a map that makes you want to go and visit somewhere or go to a place you haven't been in a long time. The map maker's done a tremendous job if they've done that. If it evokes a feeling, and I've said this many times before, with any art form, if it's writing, if it's a story, if it's poetry, if it's a painting, if it's a piece of music that evokes something from you, that artist has absolutely done their job, nailed it, and it will be different for everybody. So, heading down, like I said, we are going to come back up that little turning where we started, but we have got that little plot I said about that we start with, or on New Farm that you can purchase, is just here. And in here we have got a couple more bits of equipment in this barn here. We have got a bale trailer, but that can be converted, and we have got the Abbey trailer, that's the one that takes the extra things. Now these bales are decorative. I did think, well, that's quite cool, we start with some, and I did bring out the little front loader with the bale, the pallet forks to see if we could pick them up, but these are decorative, but it is kind of intimating you can store your bales here, have it as a little bale store. Again, whatever you want to store in here is entirely up to you. Fertilizer, herbicides, snacks, I often refer to Twixes, other confectionery is available. So, heading out west. There's something very cool about going back, kind of literally, I know grassroots is a silly thing to say, but picking a small map like this and really just drilling down on the detail, drilling down on paying attention to every little facet of the map, every little facet of the game, scaling back what you know. I don't know, I like that concept, I like that idea. Anyway, I digress again, sorry. Agra Trade sell point is just here. Debris Crusher just next door. Then just here we have got this is the production shed. Now the production shed will do these oils. So canola, sunflower, not olive oil, and it will do sugar. It will make sugar. How much was this to buy? 50 grand. I think we can afford that. So sunflower oil, canola oil, sugar beet and sugar beet cut will produce your sugar. So doesn't do everything, doesn't do olive oil, and doesn't do sugar cane, but it wouldn't be for this particular part of the world, particularly those types of things. Anyway, we'll grab our tractor and we'll carry on. Because out just here we have got the machinery dealer just here. Fuel point, so gas station I guess. Fuel point, machinery dealer, workshop trigger just here. This is the reset point as well. Again, it's not, it's not designed for massive machinery. I mean, you could try if you wanted to, but if we swing around through the trees, just here, and this is lovely. So this is animal dealer, and this is the straw barn sell point. But as well, I like an animal dealer that has dynamic animals. It has that feeling. Well, yeah, it's an animal dealer. It's not just a building that just says animal dealer. It has a feel. I've just noticed that off in the distance. I didn't notice that before. That kind of feeling that this goes on and on. Yep, that pig's had enough. I'm done. I'm flopping over on my side. I think we've got chickens the other side. Yep. Very nice indeed. So, from the animal dealer and straw barn sell point, little cobbled road we're on. So here, now we don't own this yet, but if we come back to the map, we are now here at plot 13. Plot 13 is only 47,088. We'll buy that. What I'm going to do is buy the next plots we're going to need as we go, because while I'm on the map, we've got plot 34 there. We're going to buy that for 10,368. And then across here, we've got plot 35, 65,808. Buy that. And then up here, we've got plot 30 at 86,256. I'm going to buy that, that and that. Come back to here. We'll come out. What we have here is the Vogelsberger pig barn. So we have got 5 out of potential 15 pigs here. I like the little bit of water, that little bit of light just reflecting off there, very cool. There we go, little pig barn. I wouldn't say pig farm, but just tucked away. And as I said, they can be removed if you want to. It doesn't reduce the slot count by much, but it might not be that you're removing them for the slot count. It might be you're removing them because you just don't want to have them there and have them somewhere else. Again, you absolutely can. There's a water point here. I think we've got a couple of water points by bridges. And again, I'm just thinking back to when FS22, because FS25 is you know, coming around. And when we saw all the early visuals of FS22 and everyone was like, oh my god, this is amazing, look at this, and this is what I'm talking about. It's taking the time to appreciate the level of detail and stuff that a map maker's put in. Is when you come to like somewhere like this and you look at, it's just a simple setting, but that, looking across there, if you didn't have obviously all the information screens and bits and bobs on, that's a thumbnail. That's a screenshot that when FS22 was going to release, if you would have looked at that and gone, look at the detail. Look at the plants, look at the textures, look at the, you know, the level of detail on this bridge. It's a bridge you'll drive over and backwards and forwards and won't pay the blindest bit of notice to, but it's fantastic. Anyway, horses. A little horse pen here, 2 out of 4. We have got Hope has made a return. It was Hope at Fruling, wasn't it? Hope and Angel. Again, this can be, the animals can be taken elsewhere. That can be sold if you want to. From here, we're going to drive up through a bit of forestry. I wouldn't say gliding around the countryside, but we are. I have brought up off camera quite a lot of the plots just to make sure there weren't any pastures or anything that I missed. Come to a crossroads in a moment. I'm going to go straight across. But this time I'm going to check for traffic. We're looking good. To this little farm just here, which is the sheep farm. So hopping out of the tractor just here, we've got a sheep pen here. We've got 5 out of a potential 30. Sheep pen just to the side. This side is 5 out of a potential 20, so 50 combined. Quick maths, people, quick maths. Come over here, bale and pallet storage, 250. It's the barn we've been seeing kind of around the map. And that's that. That's the sheep farm. I mean, whether they're extensions of the main farm, whether you want to have them as a separate farm, what is nice as well, I mean, not that everyone wants to do forestry or likes to do forestry, we have got some field plots, we have got some forestry areas, but it's the sort of thing that you might decide, you know what, I'm going to do a full storyline on this. I'm going to buy that and I'm going to make it into a farm. I'm going to do some forestry, clear the land behind it. I'm going to expand the farm out. This fence can be removed if you want to remove the fence. So you could remove the fence, you could expand the farm, you could put some more fencing in around it. Like I say, dude, whatever you want to do, however you want to play it. From here, we go back down towards the river and cross again. So the third crossing point we've encountered. Yeah, 3 bridges. Another water point at the river just here. Again, the water point, the point they're on here, if you want to use them. I always say there are lots of water points, water options within the mod hub. So if you want to have one at your farm, you don't have to travel to go and get your water. That's absolutely fine, you don't have to. We turn up here. We come to the final farm plot, animal pens, just here, which is the cows. This plot I think was the most expensive. What was it, 86 grand, something like that. Again, bale and pallet storage, just here for 250. Come across here, we've got our animal pen. It's not just a barn, they are out in the pasture outside, which is really nice. And these all fit, it just fits nicely. Sometimes you get a map where the buildings that have been utilised don't quite fit the, you know, how it's, I don't know, really. These just work. I mean, I would just say that, they work. Got a little ladder up here to a hayloft. If you want to use it, don't have to. Then we've got a dialogue box here, gate that opens, 4 our cows. And we've got 6 out of a potential 30. Close the gates. And from here, it's a quick hop back into the town, back to the main farm. And that is Kallebach by Karl. I don't, like I say, if you've stuck with me all the way through, that's great. I know a lot of people have messaged me lately saying, oh, you know, I watch your map tours, I get a feel for it. If it's not for me, I'll stop watching. I would always say watch through, because, you know, it might be that you'll stop and think, actually, you know what, I might give it a go. Or you might think, well, I don't like this one particularly, whatever it might be, but I'll keep an eye on this map maker because I do like the style, I like what they've done, so they might bring out something further down the line. You know, however you want to go about it. But anyway, that's the map. I hope you've found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.